Hi guys. So I am starting something new. I thought the other day how helpful it would be if I could just come home with some of the students in my room and help them with things like homework and things that they struggle with in class. So I thought to myself, oh, how cool would it be if I could just make a video and they would be able to see some of the things that we learned in class done again, so that way when they're doing their homework or if a parent is helping them, they have a chance to see that lesson again. The other reason I thought it would be cool is I know a lot of parents are struggling with doing the Common Core math, and that's okay. Even I struggle with it. I was not taught this way of thinking, but it doesn't have to be that difficult, and so my thought is if I can show you what the kids learned in class, then you are more capable of helping them with their homework and different things like that. I won't do a video on everything that we learn, but some of the topics that I think are a little bit more difficult, I will try to sit down and have a little video. Okay? So the first one that we're going to start with that the girls are learning right now is called partial quotients. And partial quotients is how we get the answer to a division problem. So, for example, let's say I have a multi-digit number, like 95, and I'm dividing it by a one-digit number, like 5. This partial quotient way is just another way to get to the answer, other than long division. Okay, so you guys will have to pardon me. I only have my paper here. I'm going to bring a whiteboard home next time. Okay, so let's look at 95 divided by 5. So you might see it either which way. The 5 is the divisor, and the 95 is the dividend. So we're looking for the quotient, which is the answer. So the way that we do partial products, sorry, I'm trying to make sure you guys can see this. The way that we do partial products is I'm going to take the divisor, the 5, and I'm going to put it down like this. And then I'm going to draw a box next to it. And then I'm going to take the dividend, which is 95, and I'm going to write it at the top. Like that. Okay? Now, I tell the girls to think about a basic math fact. So anything that's a number, this number, times 0 through 12. And that gets you closer to 95 without going over. Okay? It's kind of the same way we start out a long division problem. I always tell them, start with one that you know. Some of them are still struggling to learn their 12s facts especially, so I tell them start with 10. You can kind of pick any number that you want, but 10s, 5s, things that they can multiply by quickly if they're not very good at their math facts is the way to start. So I'm going to start with 10, okay, just so that you can see. So I'm going to take that 10 and I'm going to put it up here at the top. 5 times 10 is 50. So I'm going to subtract 50 from 95. Okay? And that gets me 45. Okay? So now the next part is to take 45, make another box, and 45 is going to move to the top of my next box. And I'm going to start the process over again. What can I multiply by 5 that gets me to 45 or close to 45 without going over? Okay, so I know that 5 times 9 equals 45. So I'm going to put 9 at the top of the box. Okay, and I'm going to subtract the answer to that from the 45 that's already there. Obviously, 45 minus 45 is 0. So now once I get down to 0, I know that I'm done. Okay, if I can't divide anymore, I'm done. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the two numbers that I got from here, and I'm going to add them together. So 10 plus 9. 10 plus 9 is 19. Okay, so I know that the answer to 95 divided by 9 is 19. I'm going to do one more for you. so I'm now going to do 75 divided by 3. Okay, so once again, I'm going to take the divisor 3, stick it out there like that, draw my box, and put the 75, the dividend, at the top of the box. Like that. Okay? Now I'm going to think to myself, what times 3 gets me close to 75 without going over? So, and I'm going to choose one that is going to be a basic math fact, okay? Something that they're going to know right off the top of their head. So I'm going to start with, this time I'm going to start with 11, okay? Just so you can see that you don't always have to start with 10. 10 is just an easy one to multiply. So I'm going to put 11 at the top of the box. Okay. And I know that 3 times 11 is 33. So I'm going to subtract 33 from 75. And that gets me 42. Okay. So now the answer from this box goes to the top, and I make another box. Okay. All right. So I'm going to do it again. What can I multiply by 3 that gets me close to 42 without going over? Well, in this case, I'm going to just go ahead and do 11 again, since I know the answer. So I'm going to put 11 up here at the top, and I'm going to subtract 11 times 3. That's 33. Okay, so for this one, I actually have to regroup when I'm subtracting. Don't forget you have to do that, girls. Nope, 9. Sorry, I started to write the wrong thing. Okay, so I have 9. Now I'm going to take the answer from this one, and I'm going to move it to the top over here. Okay. Now what times 3 gets me close to or right at 9 without going over? That's an easy one, 3 times 3. So I'm going to put 3 at the top and subtract 3 times 3, which is 9. And now again, I have 0. Oops, sorry. So once I get down to 0 or where I can't divide anymore, I'm going to add all the top numbers up. So 11 plus 11 is 22, plus 3 more is 25. So 75 divided by 3, hope that didn't go off on you. 75 divided by 3 is 25. Okay? So I'm going to show them to you one more time just so you can look, make sure that everybody can see. Okay. Hopefully that helps. I'm going to try to do them quickly, that way you don't have to spend a whole lot of time watching a video of me. But let me know what questions you have. Post them if I didn't make something clear or you think I could add something to the videos. Let me know. I think this will be kind of a cool way to get to go home with my girls and help them out. So it's great talking to you guys, and thank you very much.